So as you see to the right of me, this beautiful woman, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. This woman is PhD level, and she has recently been going super viral. She was on the Nick Cannon show. She was on the Cam Newton show, and they were talking about dating and high value men, high value women. And she called out both Nick Cannon and Cam Newton for being promiscuous men who are narcissistic and other things, but most people could see that very easily. It doesn't take a PhD to see that. However, she got viral because she called them out publicly on their platform as they were interviewing her. So a lot of women gravitated to her. I'm making this video because a lot of Christian women that I noticed have gravitated to her, follow her, and listen to her advice. Here's one of the videos she has made as she's speaking to not only all women in a secular way, but to Christian women specifically. And before I play this video, I want to give you a disclaimer that she is talking about this topic of sex. So you would think common sense would tell you if you're a Christian woman wanting to be righteous, you wouldn't even be listening to this anyway, because she's talking about a topic that doesn't appeal to Christian women. However, most modern Christian women are sexually active. Let's be honest. Most modern Christian women who love Jesus are not abstaining when they're in a relationship with somebody. This is why I'm having this conversation. This may be you, and that's okay right now. But I want you to hear some things in here. If you're willing to listen to this because of the topic, I want you to hear what's happening with the language and the linguistics. It's really important because this is going to help you discern how to pick out a fraud when it comes to someone who should be teaching you as a Christian woman.
My sex is good either way, but my sex was fire when all the bills was paid and I was well taken care of. And it goes to that equally yoked being honored. What I was saying to you is that if a woman doesn't feel honored and a woman doesn't feel covered and there's no provision, then a woman naturally doesn't feel the desire to submit. Yeah. Good sex is about submission. It's not about just being nasty or freaky, because you can have nasty, freaky sex and it can still be horrible after the orgasm. But when you are in a state of full submission, because this man is fully covering you and everything about you is turning you on, how do you think it's going to do for him when you lay with him and you have intimacy with this man? Because you're not only making love to the man that you're attracted to, you're making love to the man that's covering you. And that's a whole different level of intimacy right there.
So you heard what I heard, right? There's a lot of problematic things happening in this video. The first is, if she was just talking to worldly women in a secular way, then that would be fine. I wouldn't even be on this video right now. But no, this is where things get double-minded and strange, because she's using biblical terminology. She's using words like equally yoked, provision, covering, full submission. She's using words like this that completely align with the Bible and the concept of actual holy covenanted marriage in the Bible. So this is where this becomes problematic. This is what fuels double-mindedness and brings people into complete ignorance, leads them into fornication, leads them into sexual immorality, and leads them into all types of sin. But they're doing it in the name of being equally yoked. And they're doing it in the name of, I'm in full submission to him because he's totally covering me. Absolutely not. This is not at all what Christian women should be listening to. This right here is the epitome of double-mindedness and the epitome of dragging people into the darkness and ultimately dragging people into hell. And again, she may not know she's doing it. She may really believe what she's saying. So I'm not saying that she knows exactly what she's doing. But I also can't say that she doesn't know what she's doing, because marketing is real. Appealing to people psychologically and emotionally when we are using these snippets and we are speaking and we are trying to market ourselves, and her brand is her. Her brand is her. So she is strategically marketing herself. And if she knows anything about marketing and sales, she knows that linguistics matter. And she knows that each word appeals to the brain and ignites an emotion. And she may know that using terms like equally yoked is going to ignite the Christian woman mind. And it's going to ignite the Christian woman, again, who may be currently unchurched or may not be fully in submission to Jesus because she's still on her journey of salvation. And this, ooh, I want that. Ooh, I want to be equally yoked to a man, and ooh, I like sex too, and ooh, I can have best of both worlds. I can eat my cake and have my cake and eat it too. I can do all these things together, and I can use this biblical terminology, and I can sound Christian while doing it. This is a problem. So if you don't already know, which I'm sure you know, but if you don't know, let's get on the same page. This is absolutely not okay. It's absolutely not okay to fully submit to a man when he's covering you with whatever it is, maybe covering you with a monogamous committed relationship. I don't know what covering is for her. Maybe her definition of covering is covering the bills, covering, I don't know. But she's not using covering in the right context. Covering means this man has gotten down on one knee. He has proposed to you. He has married you. He has said vows to you. He has covenanted with you. He's come into union with you. He has made an oath to God and a promise to God to covenant you till death do you part. That is full covenant. That is full covering. Without that, there is no covering. Without that, it's a temporary illusion of a covering that can vanish immediately, especially when you lay down with the person. And if you haven't tried it, don't try it, because it will absolutely happen. This is how people get ghosted. This is how people get heartbroken. This is how people fall into horrible situationships and they can't figure out, why doesn't he call me? Why doesn't he text me? Why doesn't he love me? Why doesn't he? It's because we're listening to women like this. She's also explaining how pleasurable sex can be when the man is covering you. Again, this is the wrong context. Sex is supposed to be its absolute ultimate pleasure when you are, again, in a divinely covenanted marriage. And not no woman on any planet ever should be fully submitting to any man who has not covenanted with her in a marriage union. So again, what she's saying to women are leading them into hell. Not only hell, but like hell on earth. That's what I mean. Like, yes, eternal hell, but I mean leading them into hell on earth. Relationship after relationship after relationship, after rejection, after abandonment, after situationship, after, I mean, this is leading people into the pits of hell on earth where they will have a hard time coming out of it. And how do I know? Because I've been there, because I've listened to individuals like this in my 20s, in my teens, in my early 30s. And I was not active in the church. I was not actively submitted to Jesus. And I had to learn many hard lessons because of it. So I'm trying to pay it forward as either your big sis, as your sissy sis, as your auntie, whatever age you are. I'm trying to pay forward the wisdom that I learned over time to run for the hills fast. I mean, unsubscribe. I mean, unfollow. I mean, literally go into the 3 dots and press, I'm not interested. I'm not interested in this content. I don't want this content, because this content makes lust grow fast. This type of content turns women into seducers, manipulators, and all other things that we just don't have the time for.